While Ron Paul was speaking, Steve Kornacki, you said he's been offering those remarks for a long time. I'm sorry to pull this out of the locker room. And Michael Steele said, yes, but people are now listening.
Yeah, they are. And it's resonating with a lot of folks. In tough economic times, what he's saying makes a lot of sense. And what's interesting is he's been saying it, as Steve noted, for a very, very long time. And I took away something that was very significant, though. He's talking about cutting $1 trillion out of the budget in 1 year. And you know the old Washington trick, we do it over 10 years. So we it's $100 billion a year for 10 years. That's nothing. What he's talking about is a fundamental change in the way the government manages its money. And that resonates with a lot of voters out there. And I've said for a long time, and you may disagree with me a little bit on this, I think there's a synergy that Ron Paul has that captures that Tea Party and that Occupy Wall Street-esque feel
that's true.
On the economic side, which is why you see those 20-something-year-olds galvanizing 1,000 college-plus age kids in an auditorium on a Saturday night? Come on.
That's a really important point. I mean, Ron Paul seems to be the only Republican candidate who's really made a play for the youth vote. I mean, he's really done well in Iowa and New Hampshire, for example, among youth voters. So I've been curious to see in terms of Nevada how that helps him in terms of his goal of doing a little bit better in the caucus. You know, the other thing is, in the last election cycle, the Republicans really didn't make the effort to go after the youth vote because there was such the assumption that President Obama would get the youth vote. But what Pew is reporting is that in the course of the last 4 years, young voters, millennials in particular, are becoming more frustrated about the role of government and whether or not. And so I think, Ron Paul's message really resonates. They don't see government working as much as they used to be the most sort of optimistic about.
It sounds like the speech you say he's been delivering a long time. He's going to keep delivering for a long time.
Well, yeah, and I think it illustrates the basic nature of his campaign. In Florida, the most interesting thing to me in the exit poll about Ron Paul was this. They asked people, did you make up your mind in 2011 or in the month of January? Among the people who decided in the month of January, just 3% went for Ron Paul. All of his voters have been with him because they've heard the speech, and the speech resonates with them. And the speech is not strategic in any way. He's not jabbing his opponents. He's not making a pitch for local votes. He is delivering a consistent. It's more of a lecture than a speech. And if he's talking your language, you are going to be with this guy from the beginning to the end. But he's not going to bring on a whole lot of people as the campaign goes along.